Hey, my name is Ed. It's a hot summer afternoon, and this is my version of the Harbor Freight highly modified manual tire changer. I thought I'd put this on here for my benefit and anybody else that might need to do this. And I only use this thing a couple times a year, and it's easy to forget how to do things, so I made this little cheat sheet for myself, and I think it'll be very helpful to other people that don't normally change tires. So I presume you've got that all, Betty?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is a junkyard tire out of a 16-inch tire out of a 2000 Chevy Silverado. It's junk, it's hard, it's old, but we're going to try to change it. Hopefully without too many interruptions, or no interruptions if everything goes well. So this is a plate, a stopper plate that I put on here. Just kind of keeps this thing from moving away. It's adjustable. This goes on here like that, in the middle here, and the breaker that comes on these things is complete junk. You should cut them off and throw them in the trash. This this rooster comb here is off of a Harbor Freight standalone bead breaker, as is this thing here and this pole here. But I did put about a 4-foot extension on it, which is what you need. It actually bent the pole, the original pole. I had to weld some reinforcing there. So now we will attempt to break the tire. There, we got that. All right. That one had some oil on it from the junkyard, which in this case helped out. Turn this over, do the other side. Let's see if this side goes as easy. There. Yeah, not quite as easy. Got that. All right, lucked out there too. Sometimes they're frozen on here. That's how I ended up bending this bar, but it won't bend anymore. Now, I'm getting a little bit old, so I have to cheat here. I'm going to use a hoist to lift this thing up in the air. Don't have to do it, but it saves the back. Young guys can just grab it, or a smaller tire, it won't matter. You will notice I am going to use a cone to center this thing, which everybody is buying nowadays. But what they don't tell you is you can't use this cone without making a riser plate here. If you just try to use the cone's going to hit on the Harbor Freight plate. So you have to make a riser plate, which I did. this goes. Now, before the cone goes on there, we got to find the locator. This keeps the rim from rotating as we're working on it. It's a little pin here. That's very necessary. So that'll go on there. This will go on here like this. That. Here will go in here like this. Get that centered nice. Look around there, make sure it's centered. Yeah. This is what you need. The piece that they give you that absolutely is junk is this spider here. It's pretty much useless unless you're changing a tire on a Volkswagen or something small and stupid. So, at any rate, that's on there. We got to tighten this up real good. Use this bar here. Tighten her good. Okay, now it's tight. Also, don't even think about using one of these things unless you bolt it down to the floor somehow. You're just wasting your time. Now comes the arm. I made my own arm. Set up, I did buy the duck head. Of course, you want to buy the duck head. And put this here. Got to position the duck head up against the rim real good. Down. Tighten this up. Got a lot of paint on here, and I use all stainless steel screws. It's a little bit ugly, but it works. And before you do anything, you might just want to rotate it around to make sure it goes, which it should, yes. Okay. It goes around without getting stuck on any rust or anything. Now, here's one of the critical things. Come on over here, Betty, please. If you get around here, here is this tire iron which I skinnied up real good, and here's the important thing here now. This is the duck head. When you're removing the tire, the bead must go over the duck head. All right, it's over the duck head, and it's over the duck head, and it's underneath the tail. There is the tail there. This bead is underneath the tail. Now, before I get too carried away, you might want to move away. I'm going to lather this thing up. You must lather it up. Whatever stuff you use plenty of it. Don't struggle. Use the stuff. Now, hopefully this will come off in one shot. There we go, going around, coming around, yep. Okay, not too much struggling, there we go. A lot of slime on there, came right off there. Okay, that's the upper bead here. We'll go around here like this. Now we get the lower part of the tire off. Get up here like this. Like this here, like this. Gotta go down here and grab that lower bead, bring her on up here, oopsie, bring her on up here to the duck head. Here she's at the duck head. This is above the duck head and on this side, and below the tail on the back side. So now I go around again. Let's see if we can get her. It's getting there. Sometimes you're better off putting this here. Don't want to struggle too much. There it is. Alright. So, basically, this thing is dismounted now. It's all done. Now we're going to put it back on. Now we put her back on. Get this over here. Position this here. Get this over like that. This time, we are, if you come over here, Betty, you'll see when we're putting her back on, the bead is below the duck head on this side, and it's got to get right in there. There we go. And above the tail on that side. And hand me my pipe there, would you? Or wait a minute, let's see, I can go over, never mind. Go like this. Go like that. You see, once again, with all that slime on there, thing goes right on. This is an old hard tire too. So, not an easy thing to do. Get around over here again. Final chore. Alright. Put this down here. Once again, we want to be below the duck head, putting it on. Right there, and above the, let's see where we're at here. Yep. Not quite there. Get that there, that there. Okay, hand me that black thing there. This is a thing that works sometimes on some things. Keeps it from rolling off. We will see if it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna work this time. Once again, we got a lot of slime left on there. Goes right on, right on, right on. Don't struggle putting it on or off. And basically, that's it. So how long is that video?